Can you all imagine that first quarter of the year is already over? Yes, I'm talking about that we've reached the fourth month of the year, 2019. That is April. I hope nobody has ill-treated you on the 1st of April. Though I treat myself as a fool only. So nobody can befool me. It's better to be foolish. Anyways, it's 3 months just went poof for me, for you all, I'm sure. And anyways, it's good that we are keeping up the pace with the time. It's really a blessing that if we are feeling this, we are living, we are breathing, and we are definitely flying with the time. Right? So it's no time to brood or to cry. It's better to move ahead, isn't it? Live in the present. That's what I have learned from my past experiences. Though I, at this age, maybe, like you come to know that, yes, that time is gone. Let's pay attention to the present. Now, coming to this month, why I'm talking all this, because the theme of this month is this only, that please keep your head in the center. Just don't think too much about, if you're listening to the planetary configurations in the sky, which is actually making you feel that, oh, it's a dreadful month and it's a foundational month of, we are heading to really something major which is going to come. So please take it off from your head, first of all. Don't feel anything negative about this month. First thing is that all the planets which are moving in the sky are here to teach us something or the other. If Jupiter is getting retrograde, it is going to get stationary first and then it is going to go retrograde. So it is going to warn you before turning retrograde that, yes, I am going back. So it will give you some indication, something to do with you personally. I'm not talking in general. It will give you some indication. You have to understand it is the Karaka of happiness. So you have to see which area of your life is getting impacted. So you have to work through that area when Jupiter is turning retrograde. Saturn is the Karaka of work, karma, profession, discipline. So when it is getting retrograde, it is turning stationary. Before to that, it will go stationary. It will station. It will stop moving. So what happens then? It is trying to tell you that there are certain decisions that you're supposed to make during this time, to work-related decisions I'm talking of. So just understand what these planets are trying to convey when they are trying to, why they get retrograde. When they are moving in the direct motion, though they are not turning retrograde literally, it's just that they are just appearing to be retrograde, as they're also moving direct, we are also moving direct, but it's just that there are two vehicles in a motion, and one is ahead and one is just left behind. It's just that kind of a feeling. So it's something to do with a very astronomical phenomena. So when these planets, major planets, outer planets, they turn retrograde, they are here to give, they cause major events, undoubtedly, on the mundane level, like 1984 riots, or assassinations of the big leaders, or earthquakes, or floods. These all happen because of the major transit positions in the sky, but they vary. Every time the positions are not exactly the same. It might be in the same sign, but the degrees might be different when these events are occurring. So why I'm briefing you in the beginning about all these things, so that you don't have to carry that baggage or the load of the big transit positions, that big transit changes that are happening in the sky. About the minor transit positions, everything is the same. Sun will be shifting, Sankranti will be there, like every month it happens. Sun will be in exaltation, Venus will be in exaltation, Mercury will be in debilitation. So there is a Neecha Bhanga Raja Yoga which is forming. So, all these are Rahu Ketu, as it is, I have told you, they have already transited through the sign of Gemini and Sagittarius already. So you must be feeling, gradually you'll be feeling the effects of those planets also. So when you are already experiencing something, what exactly is happening in your life. So everybody is an astrologer. I always tell my clients also that everybody is an astrologer. They know what is happening in their life. It's just that they just need the guidance as to what is the period they are heading to in future. That is why they approach us, right? So we are not gods, okay? If somebody is treating oneself a god, sorry, they are sadly mistaken. That whatever they will say will happen. That is also really sad if it is the scenario is such. So what I want to say is that in case you are experiencing something from the past, try and understand that these planets are here to help us come out of those whatever experiences we have faced. Somebody has a Saturn return, somebody has a Saturn retrograde in the chart, and Saturn is retrograding in the sky also. So all these are the experiences from the past life also. So we are experiencing everything which we have already experienced, because these planetary positions have already occurred in the past and past lives also. Maybe I was my own ancestor sometime in the previous lives. So I've already felt all this. It's just that the time has changed. We are in the mobile era and the YouTube era and all. Just little bit of variation, but we all have suffered. We have all faced everything. It's like a deja vu kind of a feeling we're going to have. So we have to revisit those places and those areas of life which have been encountered by us earlier, and we have left something unfinished there, and we have to go and finish those jobs. So that is one phenomena of retrogression. When the planet is stationary, as I told you, you have to be really careful in those days, because the planet, as it is said, when Jupiter is stationary, what happens, it impacts our religious belief systems, our wisdom, our higher learning and stuff. So if it gets impacted negatively, that means in the retrogression, it wants you to revisit those areas and work through those areas. If Saturn gets stationary and you experience something, maybe you feel that, it's like, oh, Saturn is not looking at me, it's stationary now, it's not looking at me, let me do something mischievous. Sorry. Saturn is a strict disciplinarian. So it's like if you feel that the cat is away and the mice will play kind of a thing, sorry, it is not going to help you. You have to mend your ways when Saturn is stationary, then and there only. Otherwise, the retrograde period goes for a toss. I've experienced. So to make these phases good and better, we have that liberty, thankfully. So you have to understand those 3, 4 days, 5 days period when the Jupiter is getting retrograde, or when this Saturn is getting retrograde. So I want to basically specify that this April month is really a foundational month for because it is a foundational month, because all these things are happening in this month. Had it been May, it would have been a foundational month. May would have been foundational month. So let's give the credit to April month, the second quarter which has begun. So now, what exactly is going to happen sign-wise? I'm going to tell you. Nothing to be scared of, nothing to be afraid of. If it is going to happen, it is going to happen with all of us. We are all sailing in the same boat if it happens on a worldly basis, So nothing to worry. Just do what you are supposed to do first. You have to correct yourself to correct others, to see the others are corrected if you are corrected. I hope you understood what I mean. So if there is a fault in any area which Jupiter owns or Saturn owns in your life, in your horoscope, which area, which cabinet, which house, which lordship they have to be checked. If they are getting some kind of, if you feel that they are getting impacted in a negative or a positive manner, just just maintain it. If it is in a positive manner, keep doing that. And if it is going little, negative, then just work on those areas. You'll be having a smooth sail for sure. All right. And now coming to the dates, Jupiter is turning retrograde on the 10th of April. So 5-6 days ahead of it, of 4 days ahead of it, it'll be stationary. And then it'll go retrograde. And of course, when it is Atichari, it has been really, Atichari means it's been really in a fast pace. It has changed signs. So from Scorpio, it has finished its journey from Libra to Scorpio in a very, from Scorpio to Sagittarius, sorry, in a very quick motion, very really fast motion. So it within a span of 5 months. So it is actually, not considered good when a big planet finishes off. Means it is something to do with the karma, when it has sped up so much and it has to go back to complete the business, the work which has been left, because it has come so fast. So it is something that you have to understand in Scorpio sign, where your Scorpio is, what all work you have not finished. So Jupiter in these 25 days time, when it was from the sign of Scorpio to Sagittarius, and it stays for 25 days approximately in the sign. So what exactly has it tried to tell you? It's just going and coming, right? It's coming back to Scorpio, and it's going to be in retrogression till August, and then again it'll be moving to Sagittarius in November. So when it is going to be in Sagittarius, see what all areas it is trying to touch during this phase, and in stationary motion and in retrogression, because it is going to be in retrogression for some time and it's going to come back to Scorpio. So just see, observe yourself. These dates are very important. So because you have to work towards them. And these stationary periods, when a child is born during this time, just make sure that when you are showing your when the child grows up, this time is very, very essential to see. These children are really very they are heavily impacted by this Gandanta, and because it's an infant, so it is going to impact the infant. That is why we say we should do the prayer puja or something about the child who's born in Gandanta. So that is the reason, because Gandanta is an infant position of the planet which is in Gandanta. Like sun is going to be in Gandanta and then for a few hours, and then it is going to go in Aries. So you have to see when the child is born during the stationary motion. And then you have to see, it was like few days back, it was in Scorpio sign. So that child is going to bring a big change in the society. The children who are born during this phase are actually, I feel they're very lucky. They're going to bring a major change. You will go back and see those people have actually. The major changes have come after a generation, right? So if one generation could not do something, then the other generation has taken over because of these kind of positions, which happens, once in a lifetime as well. Repetition is there. Then Saturn is getting retrograde again. Saturn will be, children born during that time. When Saturn is stationary, they are actually maybe they will take up professions like law, or they'll be very good engineers. Because Saturn is such a huge planet going stationary. Think. Such a big ball, it comes in front of you and it is like you can see it. It's not moving anywhere. What happens? So it's a very powerful energy when Saturn and Jupiter, like planets, get stationary. So I'll not take much of your time. I know I don't want to bore you guys. It's just that this just came into my mind. I was just sitting and I thought I was thinking I'll just jump straight away into the sign-wise predictions. But, then I thought that I must tell you, because people are really dreading and fearing this combination in the sky very much. And there is nothing, you are here to learn. If you don't learn, Even if you're doing and your planets are doing great to you, you will never be successful because you're doing wrong. But if you are on the right path, then these planets, and do what these planets want you to, they will be supportive for sure. It's not a philosophical talk I'm giving. It is well experienced. I've seen many charts, and I'm speaking from my experience all this. So moving to okay, so dates I will mention in the description. I've spoken a lot, I think, and you all know what exactly is what are the dates. I'll mention, don't worry, I'll mention in the description, because I don't want to waste more time. So I'm sharing the screen, how the sky looks from the first, and then we'll proceed further, how the sky will be, First, see, I want to show you that for the Aries rising, let's start with the Aries rising. Now see, what is happening, your Lagna Lord is in the second house, okay? So for Aries, this is a very good month, because Mars is going to be here only the whole month long. So it is very good if you want to start something new, because it is looking at this Saturn also, okay? So what is happening, it is very good time if you can save some money rather than overspending, okay, first of all, because I'm looking all the planets, and I'm coming to one by one, I'll come to each and every sign. Then you have to, because universe is supporting you here today, this first, at least, if you see the start of the month, beginning of the month, I'm doing the weekly transit, so you can see how the moon's position is going to be. Accordingly, I've given the predictions. Then your sun is going to also transit, by the mid of this month. So it is going to be really good for you if you want to do something regarding your business, your work, expansion. It is really going to help. And it is under the influence of, it is going to be under the influence of Jupiter also. Jupiter is going to aspect the Lagna, where the sun would be for you. So it is definitely going to help you if you're thinking of doing something in your business, in your professional growth. So, but you're going through some obstacles because at your professional level, because Saturn is the 10th Lord and the 11th Lord in the 9th. So it has come to the 12th from the 10th. So it is not a good time for you to, work through the professional growth. So don't even think of leaving your job this month. Don't even think of shifting places. It's not good for you to change even the residence till the time, Jupiter goes direct, basically, because Jupiter will be retrograding and coming to the Scorpio sign of the 8th sign of the zodiac. So your religious belief system is going to get impacted. If you are thinking of doing something major, then it is going to get impacted at that time. So it's good if you can avoid certain things. And Venus is exalting in the 12th house of yours, and Mercury is also going to be there. So that is something which is going to help you, if you have a good relationship, if you can maintain good relationship with your partner, your life partner, as well as your business partner, it'll be good. Or maybe some foreign deals you will sign during this time. It's really going to help you. And if you are professionally thinking of travels, and if you have any plans to go abroad and sign a deal, or join hands with some multinational companies or something, then this is going to be a good month for you after the 16th, when Venus comes into the sign of Pisces and it's exalted. And Saturn, as it is, I've told you, is the Lord of the 10th and the 11th, and it's in the 9th house. So again, you have been suffering from a long time, I know, but it's trying to teach you. It is trying times for you. So just accept it, and don't have any troubles in the office. Just don't call for troubles. Don't trouble till the time trouble troubles you. So it's better, so just don't expect anything to happen overnight. Just work hard. You will become you'll be better off. So and the sun also enters a sign, as I told you, so it is going to bring you honors and recognition. Also, you may also find yourself in the company of popular and influential people during this month, so it's good for you overall. And Rahu is here in the third house transiting here, so you're professionally, you will be working well if you are in a communication related job, or if you're planning to write a book or something, then you should do this in this month at least, because Rahu is going to be here for the whole year. So coming to only this month, sticking on to this month, yes, Jupiter and Saturn are going to get retrograde. So it is good if you can work through your religious beliefs, travel plans, whatever you have to when they are stationary, do that. So it's going to help you. So I am going to stop share now, and I'm going to move on to Taurus. So for Taurus, okay. So this is the chart that I have erected for Taurus. Mars is in the Lagna. So when Mars looks at it's in the first house and it's looking at the seventh. So it is going to give you marriage prospects. Actually, it enhances the marriage prospects. Maybe somebody will come from the opposite direction and tell you, like from the other side, and will propose, marriage. So even your fifth lord is in the initial stages. It is in the 10th house. So maybe from workplace there is somebody who's going to propose you, or somebody is going to offer you for marriage, and as it is conjunct the 6th lord, so it is showing that there is somebody who's going to come and propose you from the other side, and you will be accepting it also. Then Rahu is in the 2nd house. You can watch my Rahu Ketu video, you will know what exactly it means. And then Jupiter is going to be, your Jupiter is in the its own zone though, but it is in the 8th house. So 8th house being the lord of the 8th and the 11th, it will give you sudden ups and downs related to your maybe spouse's health, or maybe something to do with spouse's income, your values. So you have to you have to respect others. Jupiter wants that during this month. So it's good if you can, because it's the Lord, whatever Serena, it's the Lord of the 12th sign. So it wants you to take some rest, give some rest to your speech, give some, think logically before you speak something out, because it's in the Rahu Ketu axis after all. Though Ketu is very far, so Saturn is very far, it's nowhere connected to it. It's not going to impact also, but still, it's I would say that you must watch your tongue when you are having Jupiter stationary. It doesn't want you to take any chances of those types. And yes, you must watch your income and your expenditure. You have to keep a track, because your 12th lord is also in the Lagna, that is Mars. So you must look into the expenditures that you're making during this month. They can be more than your income. And then Venus and Mercury will be going in the 11th house, which is again a very good phase after the 16th, because Mercury will be going earlier, but it's going on the 11th in the 11th of April in the 11th house, but Mercury joins later. So that is the time when, you will start feeling a lot of relief in your love life, in your workplace. You will start feeling little relaxed, because Venus is the Lagna Lord also. It is going to exalt. So it is giving you a lot of encouragement to do new things, new projects. You will get a lot of business. Your health will be also very good, because, and you might be able to pay off your debts. If you have any debts during this time, your love life is going to be excellent for sure. So that is something that I can feel. And then Sun is going to go in the 11th, from the 11th to the 12th house from the 14th of April. So that is the time when you will start feeling that, you need to take some rest. You've done a lot of work. You've done a lot of thinking. So this is, you should take up yoga, meditation during this time. You should take care of your body. You should think about your soul. You should enhance your journey towards growing, you should work towards that. As it is, Ketu is in the 8th house, so it gives that energy already to you, that you are already feeling that you have to be a little more spiritually inclined and do good to others and be a little more charitable. So that is something which is going to happen even more when you are having Sun transit in the 12th house also, and it is exalting there, no doubt. So it's going to be a very powerful energy for you. So daily routine and activities will be a little hectic for you this month. So and all these actually planets in the 8th house, they lead to a little bit of obstruction, to prevent progress. But it doesn't mean that they are just obstacles. They are not just a full stop. So you have to learn and you have to work towards them, so that you become a little more stronger, and with great power, with great sunshine, you move forward. So to be happy now, you need to be very focused on your professional as well as your personal area of life. Okay, so this is a very lucky time for you, I would say. This month, just make the best use of it, because you're seeking new avenues, you're getting into more income prospects. So you will this is a good foundational month if you just proceed towards that side also, if you can just look for those kind of avenues and avail those avenues also. So it's overall a good month for you. And if at all love is knocking at your door, do not say a no. Do not say a no. Just go ahead, accept it. That's what I can say for Taurus people. So moving on to Gemini, I'll just share the screen. Okay, for Gemini, I'm just sharing the screen. Great. So yes, Gemini is having Rahu Ketu in the 1-7 axis in the Lagna already. I have made the video, and you know what exactly it means. Jupiter is going to retrograde in the 6th house. Saturn is going to retrograde in the 7th house, and Jupiter will be going back to the 6th house. So what it means, that there is some energy of the 7th house that you're taking back to the 6th house. So you must work towards your public image this time. So if you have taken some loans or something, it's the right time to repay them. It's good if you revisit those kind of places. If you have some enemies that you're feeling they are just taking away your energy, just forget it. I think you should move on. It's not a good thing to think about those enemies anymore, because they will just deplete your energy. It's not a right thing to do for you. So the best is just ignore and move ahead, or just work through it. Okay, so that's something that is going to happen. And your Lagna Lord is in the 9th right now. In the beginning of the month till the 11th, it will be in the Aquarius sign, and it will be going to the Kendra, and it will be in the debilitation sign, and will be joining Sun for a few days, and then it will be joined by Venus on the 16th. So for 2-3 days, I think Sun will be there with Venus, so with Mercury, your Lagna Lord. So that's a time when you will have meetings with the real big people, authoritative people who will bring success and progress in your life. So you might as well utilize that time. And if you're planning to sell or buy some property at that time, 2-3 days time, you should do that. Because when Mercury enters the sign, it is not at a very high degrees or to give results of the debilitation. So you can utilize that time when it enters this zone of 10th house. But don't have any arguments with your colleagues, with your bosses, when Mercury enters this sign of Pisces, debilitation sign. So wait till Venus comes there. You will be utilizing your creative energy, your creative self at that time, or whatever is going on in your head, present at that time. Keep thinking, keep making all those presentations that you are waiting for to present. And then when Venus joins in, just polish them a bit, and you're through, you're sorted. You will just steal the show for sure. So it's something that you can do once Venus is joining and coming to the 10th house, being the Lord of the 5th. Yes, your romantic life is going to be a great one, because Venus is exalted, and it is the Lord of the 5th, romance. So you have better prospects if you are thinking of proposing somebody. Wait till the 16th or 17th, and then you see there will be someone who is waiting for you, or you will be just approaching someone. somebody you are going to get, closer to soon. So this is a very good month for you, I would say, because there are so many nice changes happening, in this month. So I'm really happy. So Mars is in the 12th house, being the lord of the 11th. So just mind your expenses, control your desires, your passions. I will not say control, but you can just hang on, like wait for the 16th or 17th, when Mars loses a little bit of its power and goes, it's though going to join Rahu next month, but still, it's good if you can just take care of your passions and your, bed pleasures. They can just deplete your energy. So just channelize your energy to take some rest, go for a retreat, just lie low, that kind of a phase. And I'm doing weekly transits. You'll know what the moon is doing the whole month long and which houses are not good for when moon is transiting during the month. So that is something that you have to wait for every week. Then there is some investment that is holding on in your head. So it's not the right time to do so, because the lord of the 11th is in the 12th. So whatever you will invest, what is going to happen, it is going to be a loss kind of a situation. So it's better that you hold on, you don't invest right now. And with the Venus coming in here, gives you more scope at workplace. If you have something to do with foreign clients, or something to do with creative self of yours, which is which you can enhance. So this is the time you can utilize it, when it is transiting through this. So your friends will be very helpful, maybe your colleagues will be really helpful doing this. So there are possibilities. They will guide you through. So listen to them. And as I told you, if you have to buy or purchase something, some property, immovable property, so this is the right time when Venus transits through this house of exaltation for you. Because in Kendra, there are so many, can you see, there are so many planets in the Kendra for you. So Venus will also be here. Jupiter will also be here, though Jupiter will be transiting back, but still by the end of the month, it will be transiting back. So 23rd, 24th. So it's good if you can utilize this energy in the Kendra energy to the proper channel, like 7th house, your spouse, your property, your job, your own self, your debts. If you can just, pay off your loans and revisit those areas. So align these energies well, and you're really sorted. And of course, Saturn wants you to think about what is really important to you when it is stationary by the end of the month, because it is going to take, I think it stations for 5-6 days. So I think it is going to be the last week of the month when Saturn is stationary. Then it wants you to really think about what is the most important to you, and what and who you are committed to define your values and develop your talents. So just make the best use of this energy, I would say. It's a beautiful transit for you because it's a Yogacara Graha. It's a partial Yogacara. I call Venus as your Yogacara Graha. So it is joining the Kendra, and the trine is getting joined in the Kendra for you. So it's a beautiful month for you. Utilize this energy towards the positive, I would say. So it is definitely going to improve your future period which you are heading to, when Rahu and Mars will be joining in the Lagna. So moving further on, it's Cancer. Sharing the screen. Oh wow, Cancer has so many planets in it, 6, 8 and 12. Never mind. Can you see the trine and the second house in Dhanakaraks? That is, Sun is the lord of the second in the trine, again in the 9th house. So you have been getting a lot of funds during the past 15 days, and it will be there inflow of funds till the time Sun is here as well. So because it's the second lord in the trine in the 9th house though. So Mars is also in the 11th house, and it is also a partial Yogacara Graha as Jupiter is. So one trine is held because Mars is the Yogacarak, and Jupiter is a partial Yogacara Graha for Cancerians. So it is in the 11th house. First of all, look at Mars. It is the 10th lord in the 11th. So it is going to give you a huge success, whatever project you have been in, a huge success at the workplace. So definitely, you have been really working hard from past 1 month, I'm sure. So you have been paid off since Mars transited through Taurus. So you have been paid off for that. And Moon is the one which holds only one house. Okay, it is the cabinet. It holds the cabinet of one house. Sun holds the lordship of one house. So what happens? And it is tidal. Moon is tidal, and it really changes in 2.5 days. It changes sign. So you have to see the weekly transit videos where you will get to know, because this works for you the most, being the Lagna Lord, the swiftest amongst all the planets. So what happens, you have a very jumpy mind. Your thought process is very emotional, very fast, very quick. Once you will be this, and on the left, the other, you will be other moment, you will be on the right. So you have a very quirky mindset. So what happens, with that, when the planets are major planets change position, it is very difficult for you to adapt them. So now what is happening? Jupiter has just come out of your 5th house, and it has transited through your 6th house. So what is happening? Mars has been aspecting the 5th house of yours when Jupiter was there. Now, when Jupiter has transited in the 6th house, the energy of the 5th house, if you were having some romantic inclinations also, or something to do with education, competitive exams, you have done very well till now. Suddenly you will start feeling that because Moon is very quirky, as I said, it's very jumpy. So what happens when Jupiter change signs? It is in Gandanta, and you are feeling that you have done nothing. You don't want this relationship, or you don't want to compete with anybody at this time. You suddenly want to give up. But don't do that, please. Jupiter is here to explain this area of your life to you, that yes, I have just come to my zone. Finish off your work, and then you can, if you do well, see what is happening. It is the Lord of the 9th also. So you can go abroad, you can go for higher learning, you can go for higher studies, your religious belief system will be improved. So this is what you have to do. Because it is not doing so, so you are getting very restless. Your health is getting impacted because of that. All right, so you have to work through that. And Venus and Mercury are in the 8th house to start with, and then by the it is giving you a little bit of jerks here and there, where maybe with your friends, you have tiffs with your friends, or maybe with your siblings, you will be very irritated. And from the 4th house, Mars is transiting your 8th from the 4th, so your mother's health is to be checked. Definitely it is going to impact your mom's health, so just watch out for that. And when Sun is debilitated, your father's health is also then impacted. So when it exalts in the 10th house, professionally you will do pretty well, for sure. So with with this poor health of yours because of Jupiter, Ketu and Saturn, everything is getting impacted. So the best is you change your mindset and be stress free. Just go for retreat or something. You have to do it because Rahu is transiting in your 12th house. So you really need rest. You really need to take care of your health, so that your professional growth is not hindered. It is hindered because of all this which is happening. So you can just work through that. If there's something related to insurance, that will be stuck till the time Venus and Mercury are in the 8th house. Once they leave this house, they go to 9th. All the work, insurance related, inheritance related works, everything will get sorted. So nothing to worry. Yes, you have to worry about your parents' health, because that can, like some parental figure will get health will get impacted, or maybe they will experience some serious illnesses. So you have to work through that. Then you will be when Sun goes into the 10th house, you will be dealing with influential people, actually. So, or maybe some government job that has been lined up for you is, they're going to give it to you if you have already been interviewed and stuff. So that is on the final stages. So you will be really wait for the appointment letter, you know, once Mercury and when Mercury and Venus come here and Sun comes here exalted, because Venus will also be exalting, you know. So this is something that business and career is on the height, and it is going to be better off for you. Hard work definitely is involved. You have to really work through these obstacles which are there till the time, you know, Jupiter and Saturn are in the 6th house. So it is all work related issues that you're facing also from a long time. You have been really, you know, working very hard, but yes, you have been paid off, as I said initially, with the Mars thing, you know, it's in the 11th house. But don't fight with your friends, you know, with your social circle, you know, they're really helpful and sweet. So just cope up with that. So I move on to Leo, and for Leo, I'll be sharing the screen. So I'm just sharing the screen, sorry, just got close. One sec. So here's the screen for Leo. Okay, Leo, 8th house transit of your Lagna Lord. Okay, so what is happening? Have you cleared your karma? Some past life karma that you had to clear during this transit. Every year you have to go through this, right? When Sun transits through the 8th house. So have you really done something about it? You have to clear up your old karma whenever Sun is transiting through the 8th house. That's the phase of endings and beginnings. So this is the time to make long range plans, you know, because once you learn something, what happens? It's the Lagnesh, right? It's your Lagna Lord in the 8th house. So you are being, you know, with rough times, with obstacles, you will shine. Once it exalts, why it is, you know, just before the Lagna Lord, can you see, when it is in the debilitation sign, in the Gandanta, it will be in Gandanta when it changes from here to here. And when it is from here to here, another trine, whenever it is shifting, it's in the trine it is moving to. So what happens? Sun in the 8th house is here to teach you something, is laying the foundation of something. So you clear up your karma, then it comes to the junction point, the Gandanta point, and then it goes to the exaltation point, right? So it is going to a Dharma house. It is going to a Dharma Trikona of Aries. So it is very happy there, the happiest position of the soul. That is why it is treated as the new year also, because everything depends on the Surya's position, right? It's this energy, it's the Karaka for energy. It gives energy to all of us. So it's a really good time for you. Make the best use of it till the time Sun is here. I must say, when planets are in the difficult houses, in the Dusthanas, you should make the best use of them, so that once they leave that sign, they will be going to a better house after that. Any house, if you will see, 6th house, it goes to the 7th from 6th. From the 8th house, it will go to the 9th. From the 12th house, it will be going to the 1st house. So you're learning something and bringing to the other house, right? So these are very important houses, and they are Kendras and Trikonas are only getting impacted whenever those thanas are getting for Leo Lagna, I'm saying right now. So this is something that you must understand. And yes, it is for in general, if you talk, all those thanas are connected with the kendras and trines. So it is something that you have to learn, and you bring out, you shine. So that is something that I wanted to bring to your notice. And Mars is Digbali here for you, and Venus and Mercury are in the Kendra. So again, your Kendras are very heavily, beautifully impacted. So you are having good time right now at the workplace, at the business relationships are good. Your marital bliss is there. But when Venus and Mercury come to the 8th house, then again your marital bliss is going to get impacted a bit. So you have to maintain that cordiality. You have to pay focus on your, don't fight, first of all, and pay focus on your work that you have to do even more, because it's the Lord of the 10th which is going to be exalting, So you have to, when it is exalting in the Dusthana, in the 8th house, so you have to energize your 8th house and your 10th house relationship. So you have to focus more your creative abilities more towards your work. Focus on that area, on this area. So which is not that difficult. So pay more attention to your communication. Don't fight with your neighbors. Maintain a good relation with people around you, and then take care of your expenditures, because the Lord of the 2nd and the 11th, which is the money, wealth generating houses. So that Lord, that is Mercury, is going to get debilitated in the 8th house. So everything, whatever you will earn, will go in the drain, like in the ditch. So you have to check your expenses. There can be heavy expenditures, so you have to be really careful, because it's whatever said and done, the Lord of the 2nd and the 11th going to the debilitation sign. But when Venus joins, so for 2-3 days at least, you have to be really careful. Once Venus joins in on the 16th, this Mercury, that is the time you will be able to start saving back again. Because it's your professional house of profession also, which is getting involved. So whatever earnings you are getting will get impacted till the time Venus joins Mercury. So for 2-3 days, just don't plan anything, any expenditure. So Mars is looking at your 4th house. So your mother's health will get impacted. Take care of your mother's health. And the Lord, Lagna Lord, is going to the 8th house, which exalts in the trine. So your father's health is also not okay, when Sun is coming down to the 8th house. Sun is father. So your parents' health is not good. So you must take care of them. And good time to buy some immovable properties. If you have anything that you're on your mind, you can buy a vehicle. When this month is good, because Mars is Digbali also, and it's looking at its own house, so it will protect this. But maintain cordiality with your family members. Don't pick up any fights. Then Jupiter is going to be back here in the Kendra, so it's good for you. It is going to retrograde though, but it doesn't go weak. It goes slow. It slows down. But even then, it is going to be good for you if it is transiting through your 4th house. So it will help your mother's health, which is not okay. So it will help her recover. And Mars will also be looking at its own house. So it's good. Overall, it's a good phase for you. Just a passing phase. When Sun transits out of the 8th house, you will start feeling better. So it is something that, the opportunity to connect with a teacher will also come up, hire or some guru or some teacher, or maybe with your father, you will start getting connected again. If you're not on talking terms, once Sun joins, Sun goes in the 9th house of yours and exalts there. So overall, a good month for you. So coming to the sign Virgo, I'll just share the screen. Share screen. Okay. All right. So a little bit of, I'll not say tough time, but, there is that you have to really work through, because, when Sun is, till the time Sun is in your 7th house, things are pretty good. You have good relations with the spouse, with the people, with your business partner, with the outer image that you project to people. So it's very good for you. But once Sun goes into the 8th house, so you have to be prepared. You can get obstacles and health issues of your spouse, or something to do with maybe foreign lands. If you are in foreign lands, you will have some kind of problem over there. So you have to really work through and make this a beautiful phase for yourself. You have to put extra effort, or maybe you can take it in other way also, that there will be success only after some delay. So even if it is so, you have to wait for that. Even if it's a delayed one, you are going to get it, right? There's no denial. So you have to look at the positive aspect of that also. And you have Venus and Mercury in the 6th house right now. So they will be also transiting through your 7th house. So it will be looking at your Lagna, whatever said and done. Even if it is a weak Mercury, it is a debilitated Mercury, but it is not that it will not give any results. It's just that it is going to give, the impact is pretty low, but it will give you good business. It will give good relation with your spouse. It will give whatever it has to give, that potency it has. So from the 11th till the 16th, you have to just hold on and don't pick up any fights, don't break your partnerships if you're thinking of, because, and don't leave your job. It's not the right time to leave your job because you're thinking of doing so because of from past 1 month you're thinking, you know, no, I must leave the job, I must, because when it was Venus, Mercury, your Lagna Lord was in debilitation earlier also, so you will face the same thing again. Till the time it was in Aquarius, you were okay. Now again it's going to go towards this debilitation, so you will be having all those thoughts back again, like in flash. So don't think that it's going to help you. This is not the right time to quit the job. You will be jobless, or maybe you will not get the pay package you're looking into. So sorry, I will not advise anyone like this, you know. And you know, your Venus is a yoga karak graha for you. So it's really going to be a good month for you overall, because it is a wealth giving, because it is the Lord of the second. So it is a wealth giving one. So you will be having enough money for survival. So nothing to worry. Don't expect more. It's better that you stick on to and hold on your horses this month, because and don't buy any property or anything during Ketu and Saturn conjunction here in your 4th house. And Rahu is also giving you weird ideas, you know, in the 10th house. So that's why I'm saying, you know, it's a dispositor Lord Venus, Mercury, which is conjunct Venus. And everything is a nexus which is forming in the 2nd house, 10th house, 6th house. So it is giving you all those ideas of leaving and quitting the job, and if with the government, you know, jobs or any work which is held over there. So just wait for this month and you'll be fine. You'll be sorted. And Jupiter will be going back to your 3rd house in retrogression. So your communication with others has to be really mindful. You have to take care of that, because Mars is also going to look at that Jupiter. So you have to take care of your speech, your verbal communications with others. If you are trying to print something or write something, you can do so. It's going to help you. And Mars is in the being the Lord of the 8th in the 9th. It gives you some fixed notion about your religious belief systems, you know, or some tiff with your father. So just be careful with that. Don't pick up any fights or anything. There will be progress in long distance travels. If you want to plan a travel, you can plan so. And if you are interested in opening a new business abroad, it will be good. It will be helpful for you, because the dispositioner Lord of 8th is in the 9th, and Sun is also the 12th Lord going to the 8th. So again, your business prospects abroad, you will get, it's promised. So it's good. You can sign deals abroad, or you can just sign papers or agreements if you want to go. And for children also, for students, you know, who have just prepared for the exam, so if they are planning to go abroad, so it's good for them, you know, for higher learning, so they can do so. And love life is sorry, it's not that great, I know, because you know, being the dispositioner Lord of you know, the 5th Lord in the 4th, so it is going in the 12th from itself. So again, you know, loss of love, loss of luck, loss of love, loss of romance, as it is, you know, for Virgo rising, it's Saturn, you know, which is the 5th Lord. So it is very difficult for you people to find good you know, love life, you know. So it's really tough for you. But still, whenever moon touches this house, so it's going to be good for you. Weekly transits you can see, so it will be good for you at that time. But yes, Venus is in the 2nd house from the 5th, which is giving you pretty good romantic life right now. So enjoy it. And the ones who are married, they are also having good time. So because 12th Lord is in the 7th, so you are having a lot of you know, travels together. So it's good. It's overall a good phase for you. If it's not, make it good. That is something that I keep saying. So I don't like saying anything negative, but it can become positive easily if you wish to. So moving further on, we move on to Libra. I'll just share the screen for Libra. Okay. So here is the Libra rising chart for, see, this is the chart of the 1st of April that I have put up. And let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay, so your Lagna Lord is in the 5th house, so romantic life is amazing right now, and till the 16th at least it will be very good. Till the time it goes in the 6th, it will be exalting there though. But yes, you will be having relief from the enemies, debts at that time, and Mercury will also be in the 6th house of yours, so you will be having a lot of you must have taken a lot of loans or something, so they can be repaid during this time when your Lagna Lord is going to be exalting in the 6th house. So but there are some during this month, because of uh, Mercury going debilitated in the 6th house, that is the 12th lord also, and the 9th lord. So there are some unproductive activities that you'll be entrapped in. It'll be like little hectic activities, or maybe you'll be preoccupied doing something which is not that required. Which could have been avoided actually. So there are certain things that you can't help, so just flow with the flow. So there is a stuck income from abroad which is not which you're not getting this month. If you're thinking that, if you're expecting, so I don't think so you will be able to find that kind of solace, that okay, some stuck funds have come to me. So it will take some more time. Maybe once Mercury gets a little better off, maybe comes to the 7th house, things would be better. And because for Venus rising people, like for Libra, it is a balancing sign actually. So they are very good at accommodating with any kind of situations. So when this is happening, it's very good for your romantic life. You're very good at balancing things at your workplace, at your with your love life, with your partner. So it's really commendable for you people. I really like this sign very much for that reason also, because they are very well balanced people, and they really balance out things well in any which scenario. So your mother's health you have to take care of, because the 4th lord is going to the 12th house, and it is conjunct Gandanta, Jupiter and Ketu. So you have to be a little watchful during this time. Be watchful about your communications with your neighbors. If you're printing something, just don't do it right now. It's not the conducive period when these kind of stationery and retrogression phases are you're heading to. So it's something that you should keep on hold. Then Mars is your 7th lord in the 8th, so it is not a good time for you to pick up any fight or anything. You take care of your family life, your relationship with your business partner, your spouse. This is not the right time to pick up any fight. Take care of his health. Okay, because it is the lord of the 2nd and in the 8th house. So you have your wealth will go down the drain if you will keep fighting with your spouse. So just don't do that. Be cooperative, and personal relationships you must take care of. That this is the right time to do so. And just take care of your funds. I would say your expenses are too high. You have to really take care of them, because it's not going to help you. And then a lot of emphasis you have to pay on a couple of things, that is on your mother's health, on your father's health, on your spouse's health. These 3 zones are really getting impacted heavily during this month for you. So you have to take care of this. And of course your romantic relationships are pretty good, your foreign relationships are pretty good, but the funds don't expect to inflow of funds is not there. So just take care of all that. And sun will be I have to tell you, sun is already in the 6th house. So you must be feeling that there is a lot of vata, there is a lot of there is a lot of pitta energy in your 6th house, which is causing fevers or underlying energy, something to do with your you're feeling that you are not well. So once it leaves this sign on the 14th of April, you will start regaining that strength, and you will start feeling, because students are also heading to exams, so they feel that there is no energy in us. So it will be fine once about sun leaves the Dusthana or sixth house and goes to the exaltation sign of um, Aries. So you will start feeling much better. You will start recouping, recovering, because there are no planets right now in the Kendra. Can you see? So that is also giving you some kind of energy depletion. But it'll be good. It'll be better when sun enters this zone. So otherwise, overall, I have warned you what all you have to take care of. Rest. Take care of your health also. Okay, so coming to the next sign of Scorpio. I think it's become a very long video. Okay, coming to Scorpio, it takes time to share the screen, so that is why I just keep quiet. I go quiet. Okay, so for Scorpio, you see the energy is so much in the Kendra. You can see Mars is looking at the Lagna, so it is giving you positivity, you know, it is giving you quite a lot of strength when Mars is looking at its own sign, you know, as it is for everyone on the whole, on the totality. It is in the seventh house, so it is giving you a lot of energy in the public. You're speaking, you're coming in the limelight, so it's a very good phase for you, though you're very emotional right now because Venus and Mercury are in the fourth house, so your energy is very creative. I will not say emotional, but you have a very creative sense of you have a very creative sense of taste. So it is very good for you if you are having if you're planning to buy some vehicle or property, immovable property at this time till the 11th at least. It's a very good phase, 11th till the 16th rather, because Venus will be in the Kendra for that time, and then it will be going in the trine and exalting there. So it is again going to be a very good phase for you. This your romantic you will be the happiest, I would say, because it is, and the passion would be on high. Your seventh house is active, your 12th house is active, your fifth house is active. If you're not married, you will get somebody. If you are planning to get married, you will get married. If you are planning to get into a relationship, very good time coming up. So you can just wait and watch. It's going to be a very positive energy you are heading to. Take care of your funds, finances, because you're running Sadesati as it is second house Saturn from Lagna. I'm talking. This is also I call Sadesati because it's impacting your outer persona. So it is going to eat up a little bit of your finances. So just watch out. You can save. You have to force yourself to save. You can invest somewhere where you can, maybe some LICs or something, because out of fear we buy all this. So if you have a lot of fear, because Rahu is in the 8th house, transiting in the 8th house, so you're already under a lot of fear, psychosis. So just watch out and force yourself not to waste money, or because it will be a wastage of money for sure. So just have to force yourself not to invest anywhere where you will not get the money in the return. As it is, Mercury is going to get debilitated, so you have to don't invest in any business related areas. You avoid that. Yes, but Saturn in the second house, and Jupiter also in the second house, Ketu also there, so it depletes a lot of energy of this house. So don't fight with your family members. Be careful when you're talking to them. Don't eat anything from outside. Don't eat heaty products, oily products, oily foods. They will spoil your health. And as it is sixth house, Lord is in the second. So again, from the sixth house, if you see, Mars is it's enhancing the health issues. So you have to be careful with that. Though Mars is looking at the Lagna, so it is taking care of you, because you are under restriction right now. So Mars is asking you to cut down on eating outside and stuff, and you're following your regime also. You're exercising, you're working out and stuff. So that is keeping you on hold and at bay from all these issues that you could have been. They could have been even worse. But good if you are not. It's not applicable to all though. But yes, for Scorpio, this is the transit position of yours. So Sun is going to go to the 6th house. So you have to be careful with your, don't lend money to anybody. And if you have to repay some loans or whatever you have taken, please, you can. Your enemies or your opposition will be very weak when Sun comes into the 6th house. So you will be the winner. So it's a win-win situation for you. You will meet some influential people because it's a lot of the 10th. So at workplace, maybe, or your government jobs or some works related to government have been stuck. So they will get, you will be through with it. It will be a good month for you. So it's during, especially the latter half of the month, when it is, you will be starting to contemplate about the new career, new work related changes, you will be doing that. But be a little extra conscious about your health at that time also, this whole month, I would say. So if you really need to be health conscious, join a gym or go for some yoga or meditation or things like that, where you can work through your inner self also, because Sun is going in the 6th house of yours as well. So you may be more concerned over about your bosses and all when Sun is transiting, being the Lord of the 10th. So you are just concerned about your bosses. So just get connected with them. They will be helpful. So don't pick up any issues from the past and ruin the present. Okay. So this is the state of your Scorpio. So just be watchful. So coming to Sagittarius, sharing the screen for Sagittarius Lagna. Okay, Sagittarians, great. So you have already been going through this Sadesati phase from the Lagna wise. Though Sadesati is considered from moon, I'm saying so because it's a 7.5-year phase. So it is a little bit of a tougher phase that you are running already. So it's not tougher, but it is like trying to teach you something, So when the mind gets influenced or impacted, then definitely the health also, and you also, from the physical you also gets impacted, I've seen. So we cannot seclude these two things. We cannot separate these two things from each other. So you see, I have to tell you something. Jupiter is the lord of the Lagna of yours, okay, and it is influenced by Mars also. Mars is the 12th lord, and it is aspecting your Lagna, the Jupiter. It is seeing your Jupiter. So what is happening? It is going to impact, being the lord of the 5th, it is going to impact the health of the children. So you have to watch your children's health. You have to see whether if they are students, you have to keep a quiet check on them, whether they are studying or not, or if they have to sit for an exam. They will be really doing well though, but they are getting, somehow there is a peer pressure from them. So you have to just work through them that, they don't these days children fall prey to all these things. So you have to be really watchful with the Jupiter influenced by Mars. So what is happening here? For higher learning, maybe they want to get influence and they want to go abroad, being the 12th lord. Sun is also the lord of the 9th house, going to be in the 5th house, again children. So when Sun is going to be exalting in the 5th house, children will say, we want to go abroad for higher learning, and you will say, I cannot afford. Or maybe you will say that there is no scope in the sphere they want to go. So don't give in, because it is going to be a temporary phase. Then Jupiter will be transiting back to the 12th house. That is the time when they will start feeling, okay, that was not a right decision. So you have to wait for that time. Okay, so it's otherwise it's overall a very good phase for you. Venus and Mercury will be moving through from the 3rd house to the 4th house. So your your 4th house zone, maybe you want to buy some property, immovable stuff, a vehicle or something. So that is the time you can utilize it. And being the 10th lord, it is really good for you overall, but just pay focus on the children and your finances, because children and finances, lost through children, finances lost through children. So that is visible. So you have to be careful with that. You will be earning well though this month. Your finances are pretty good. Because your 11th lord is going to be transiting, getting exalted. So you are getting a lot of money, lot of wealth, lot of income, being the 7th lord conjunct the 7th lord. So it is going to be a good, overall a good month for you. Take care of your diet, go to gym, keep your head on the shoulder. Don't fall prey to any of these what I just told you. And your romantic life is going to be very good. Possibility that there you will meet somebody during this time. And don't allow your fears and negative energies to take over you, because you are blocking your energy because of the 5th house and 6th house thing, I'm saying. So it is something that, your love and romance is on the is going to be good, yet you are falling prey to the disappointment. So just don't be aggressive. That's what I wanted to say, because you are towards the passionate side more. So the opposite, the partner wants to be emotionally attached to you, being the the lord of the moon is the 8th lord. So that there has to be some connection with the emotional bent of mind rather than just the bed pleasures. Okay, so avenues to express your creativity is opening. Of course, you can write, teach, publish your books. If you are thinking of, you are in a cycle of increasing your intuition, your meditation, you can, because Mars is looking at the 12th house. So that is something. So maybe there is some income from abroad. You can look into that also. So all those avenues are going to get activated. Just take care of all these things. But so sun will be transiting out of the 4th house, so your mother's health will improve. My mother or either of the parents are suffering, father or mother. So just they'll be out of this trouble that they are in already. And of course you still have a little bit of rough time. Just pass this off, it'll be fine. So moving further on to Capricorn. I'll just share the screen. Sharing the screen, 1 second. Yeah. So Capricorn, can you see your Lagna Lord is in the 12th house, so which is conjunct Ketu and Jupiter right now. So it is in Gandanta, though Jupiter is in Gandanta, but it is giving you an opportunity to think about yourself. It is going to go station and then it is going to go retrograde and coming back to your 11th house. So it is trying to tell you that you have to take care of your inner soul, your inner you. You have to enhance your meditative skills. You have to work towards your inner growth. So this is something that Jupiter will touch and go and show you the light. And then your Lagna is in your Lagna has good planets also on the other side. So Mercury and Venus are there till the 16th. Venus is there and Mercury till the 11th in the 2nd house. So your finances are pretty good. You are getting good amount of money here. And then, but you have to still you have to, it can give you a big hole in the pocket, because of the Saturn aspect. So you have to put little more effort to save your money, because Saturn will be aspecting till Jan 2020. So it is the time when, you are getting good lot of money, but you're unable to save. And Mars is also looking at your 11th house. So it is good if you can earn through your investments right now. And Sun will be in the 3rd house till the 14th of April. So you are already going through some, you're experiencing that, everything, what you're writing or you're trying to convey is being misinterpreted. So your email, your messages, everything is just taking a hit. So you have to be extra careful when you're communicating with others till the time Sun goes in the 4th house of yours. Sun will be transiting on the 14th of April, and it will be giving light to your 4th house. So your mother's health, your family environment, everything will glow. So that's the time you can think of changing, moving place, shifting, or maybe, you will be spending on buying new furniture or a tapestry or something, you will be doing for your house when sun is exalting in the fourth house. Or maybe you will be buying some treadmill for yourself, no, I want to do something for myself, that time some extra regime consciousness will come in. That can happen. And of course, Mercury will be debilitating in your third house. So again, communication has to be taken care of with your neighbors, with your siblings. And whatever paper you're signing, you have to be really careful when you're doing so. When Venus joins Mercury, it will pull it up. So it will be like, it will be a better scenario for you at that time. But you have to, uh, there is a lot of creative energy which is inside you, so you have to work through that. So maybe if you're writing something, or if you have to give some get back to your vocal cords, you just disturb them a little and just start singing, or maybe just start dancing if you want to during that time. So it is because third house activities are going to get really activated, so why not, might as well use that, right? So and of course it rules this fifth house of yours. So it is, Venus is ruling the fifth house, fifth sign, sorry, fifth house where Mars is. So you will be into a good romantic relationship, because Venus is the Karaka, is a significator of romance, love, and happiness. It gives happiness, so it gives luxuries. So you can start a new relationship, or you can just enjoy the relationship you're already in, or maybe you can get settled in the relationship you are in already. So your professional endeavors, the 10th lord, so they are also going to be paid off. They'll be paid off well. You'll have a good professional growth. You will earn a lot, but as Saturn is looking at, as I told you, is looking at your second house, so your income is pretty good, but it is exiting in the same way. There is hardly any saving. So this will be till the time Saturn leaves your 12th house. So under the aspect of Saturn, you're spending a lot of money unnecessarily, expenditures are happening. So sometimes you might hear from someone from the past that there is something with Jupiter touching the 12th house. You will feel that there is somebody from the past life has come to your life suddenly and has shaken you up. So just be prepared for that also. So, but overall, a good phase for you, good timing, everything is happening at the right time and at the right place. Think like that, and make the best use of it. Yes, students can, engineering especially, Mars is in the 5th house. So engineering, if you want to go and study abroad, it's a very good time, if you want to utilize this phase. So it's for students, it's a good time. They can do well. They can do well abroad. I think, yes, they should opt for that. So I think I covered everything. Health is going to be hit. Rahu in the 6th house doesn't give good health. So that is why I'm saying, when small transits happen, utilize those transits and make the best use of it, and don't eat outside food. Rahu in the 6th house gives that tendency. You will love to eat outside food, and you will love to mingle with outside people, with friends, and you want to go out and spend time, as it is Mars is going to join, being the 11th lord. So it is going to be a lot of energy there. So just be careful. Don't fall prey to that kind of a scenario you're heading to. So just take care of your health. Don't eat outside. Follow a strict regime. Look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and say, I'm the best, and then you will be fine. So because you have to satisfy that quote that, yes, I'm the best. So just do that. As it is, you are a very practical person, so you will be able to handle this. I think the people who are under this Capricorn. Okay, so it's good phase for you. Enjoy. So moving further on to the second last sign, Aquarius. Aquarius, I shared the screen with you. Okay, so you have the concentration on the Lagna, till the 11th of April, because Mercury will be here, and till the 16th rather, because Venus will also be here till the 16th, and then it will be moving on to the second house of yours. So it is a very good time for you, though there's a lot of energy in the beginning in the first house. So you have that zeal, that pep. Okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. So just maintain that, and you are having a good time with your spouse, you're having a good relation with your people around. But you know what is happening now, when Venus and when Sun is in the second house, it is giving you rough speech, you know, with Mars also in the fourth house. So you are not having though the relationships are looking very good from outside, but internally it is getting impacted, because you know you are your whatever said and done, Mars is looking at your seventh house. Mars is looking at Saturn also, which is your Lagnesh, which is your Lagna Lord. So what is happening, or superficially, if you see from the face of it, everything looks very nice. But you have to be very careful when these kind of, you know, in these sensitive relationships, you are making big moves. You should not be doing this month at least. No. With Mars also in the fourth house, you know, with your mother, with your family, with your Kutum, Sun in this Kutum Sthan. So it is giving you a lot of, you know, outflow of money also. So maybe somebody is ill in the house, so you're spending a lot of money there. So this is the month which you have to cut down on all these things. You have to maintain peace in the house. If there is peace, there is good health. You have to call for Lakshmi, not Kulakshmi. So if you will call for Kulakshmi will enter your house. This because Venus is Lakshmi. So I always feel that when Venus is in the Lagna, you should make the best use of it, you know. And Venus is going to get exalted in your second house soon. So in the latter half of the month, Venus is going to be in the second house. So you can make the best use of the energy that it is giving you. You can work through channelize your energy. You work through your finances, form a budget. Be more creative in forming your budget, I would say. Channelize your energy there. So it will give you good results, because it's the ninth lord. So maybe, you know, there are certain things that you have already planned, you know. Be more spiritually inclined, be more you know, if you have some stuck incomes abroad, you can just plan how you want to extract those funds from abroad. So that can happen. And of course, your Sun will be going into your third house, which is again, you know, giving you communication, rough communication. So you have to be really careful with that, with your siblings, with your neighbors, or maybe, you know, you're thinking of, you know, changing a job. So don't do that right now. It's not the right time to do so. Change of place is also not advisable. You might be thinking of doing so. So that is not advisable. And your fifth lord is going to be, means Mercury. Mercury is joining Venus in the second house, which is the fifth lord. So it is going to be something, you know, some income from the relationship you are in. You know, you are looking for that. Maybe you are planning to earn through the relationship. So that is something that you might be heading to. So, but you know, there is a lot of stability in the income. Income is good, and with the Ketu and Jupiter and Saturn in the 11th house, you have a lot of friends who are taking away a lot of energy and money from you. So you have to be really careful. Pick and choose your friends. Don't deplete your energy. Don't waste your money. Don't invest in the wrong places at the moment. So you have to take care of these energies, and you know, because you know, all this is making you very short tempered. So you have to be careful with all this which is happening around you. Just recognize what is happening, so you will be able to get more clarity. So when Jupiter is stationary, you have to be really careful with your society you are moving around in. So that is the time when, you know, there will be a lot of energy in the 11th house. You would just want to explore the whole world, and you want to just be into adventure, and want to just maybe, you know, go hiking or something with your friends, rafting. you want to do that, all that, during that time. So just see if you want to enjoy, it's good for you. And it's a time to enjoy also for you when Jupiter is stationed and then gets retrograde. So but be wise. You have to choose your friends and people around you wisely, your social groups that you move in wisely. So take care of your mother's health, and the communication with her. Don't be rude, don't be short tempered. Buy immovable properties if you want to, and if you want to buy some vehicles, you can. Competition is going to be very good for you if you are thinking of planning higher education abroad. It's very good time for students. It's good time for health, for looking into the health prospects also. It's you can pick up a regime. You can just tie a regime and just stick to it, follow routine rather. All right, so this is something that you are heading to this month. I feel that it's a good month for you if you just don't lose your cool. Moving on to the last sign of Pisces. So let me share the screen with you. Okay. Here we go, Pisces. You have this kind of a planetary position on the first second of the month. So your Lagna Lord is in the Kendra, nothing to worry. And even if it is retrograding, it is in the trine from itself. So it's going to be in the Kendra or the trine. So it's good transit for you. And it is going to station first. So you will be getting the thoughts of changing the job or the profession you are in. And you have been thinking from a long time though when Saturn was there, but you're really slogging it out. I know you are really, really working very hard. It is showing. And with Sun in the Lagna, you must be having a lot of heart problem, or something with to do with heart. So you have already faced such issues when it comes in the Lagna. These issues crop up. So because you have been working so hard, and in the Kendra, if you can see how many planets are there in the Kendra from past 15 days, especially from past 15 days, because Sun was not here. It was in the 12th house 15 days back. So it will be in the Sun will be in the first house till the 14th, and then it will be transiting through your second house. So it is a lot of energy in the second house, good finances. It will give you good funds. Mercury and Venus will be in the 12th house till the 16th, Mercury till the 11th, and Venus till the 16th. So it has given you a lot of contemplation period, and you have been thinking a lot about yourself, about your work, about your health, about your creative energy, about your romance, about your you have been thinking a lot on these planes till the time Venus and Mercury are in the 12th house. It's a lot of energy in the 12th house. So 12th house is the last sign, as it is. So it's the last house. So it gives you, everything is like ending. You're thinking everything in a flash. And then suddenly when it leaves this 12th house and goes to the first house, then you will just be again, in the limelight. You feel that you have come out of that seclusion and you're out with that energy and that pep again. So it is going to be exalting there in your first house. Venus is going to be exalted there. So it is why Venus exalts there, because it's a Jupiter sign, and Jupiter, Jupiter controls and tames the energy of Venus. It tames the energy that Venus shows towards the passion and the worldly comforts. So that is tamed when Venus is in the sign of Pisces. And it's the last sign, house of moksha also. So all that put together, the energy is going to be too much on your own health, on your own looks, on your own self this month. So the mantra for the 16th, after the 16th, is concentrate on yourself. I would say on your health, on your finances, on your looks, on your growth, overall growth, on your speech. Because you have a very rough speech. So you have to be, at times, you become very rough because Mars is transiting. It's a lot of the second and the third house. So can you see? So it is giving you a lot of roughness in the short-tempered, and making you short-tempered and rough in speech with your own people. with Rahu also transiting in the 4th house is giving you all that, alienated feeling already at home. So you have to just make sure that you don't uh, get defocused. Analyze your energy well. Sun is going to exalt, Venus is going to exalt, and they are exalting one sign away from each other. So there's a lot of energy in the 12th house, in your 1st house and the 2nd house. So you have to channelize your energies towards gaining wealth and your health. You have to work through these two things. That's the mantra for you. And Jupiter is in the Kendra. So it is Saturn and Ketu and Jupiter. 3 of them are in the Kendra, in the 10th house. So that energy, you're working too hard. You have to work hard. You have to work harder to attain this wealth. Okay. So these are all wealth enhancing houses and planets, 2nd, 11th and 10th. So these are all getting connected. So you will get a lot of wealth, but you have to work hard to achieve that success. Love life is good, but you watch my weekly videos, you will get to know how the moon's position is, because a lot of the 5th is moon, and it is, it speeds up and finishes off its cycle in 2.5 days. So it's very difficult to interpret what is coming your way in the coming times. But yes, with Venus transiting your 1st house, your love life is going to be very good, superb. So you're going to enjoy that. So good times ahead for you. Just that it don't be too short-tempered, and don't just live in that sleeping mode. It's good if you wake up and just do something really hard. It'll come, success will come hard way only to you. So this is the prediction forecast for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little different. I just did it extempore as if I'm doing a reading. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and we will be continuing soon. Just don't dread anything, any kind of transits, I would say. Things will happen in any which ways. So we are all going to get impacted. So we are sailing in the same boat, so might as well enjoy everything, every ride. All right. So stay blessed, everyone. Stay tuned with further more updates like these. Om Tat Sat.